Plants. These quiet, green beings surround us every day. But what if I told you that they're far more complex than we ever imagined? While plants might not speak in the way humans do, they have their own ways of communicating, sharing information, and even responding to their environment. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of plant communication, an area of science that's revealing just how intelligent and interconnected plants really are. Plants, in their stillness, are constantly exchanging information. Their communication system is centered around their roots, leaves, and even through the air. One of the most groundbreaking discoveries in plant behavior is how plants communicate through their roots. Beneath the soil, plants release chemicals, called exudates, which can signal to other plants. These chemical signals can alert nearby plants about potential threats, like insect attacks or drought conditions. Plants also send signals through the air, especially when they're under attack. Take acacia trees in Africa, for example. When a giraffe starts munching on the leaves of one tree, it releases a chemical compound called ethylene. This ethylene warns nearby acacia trees, which then increase their production of toxic chemicals to make their leaves less palatable. It's a survival mechanism, a kind of warning system to defend the entire community. It's incredible to think about how plants can warn each other to prepare for danger. But communication isn't just about survival. Plants also communicate to attract pollinators. Flowers use colors, scents, and even patterns to signal to bees, butterflies, and other insects. These signals direct the pollinators to the nectar, ensuring the plant's reproduction. The plant doesn't have eyes, but through evolution, it's developed a way to interact with the creatures around it. This kind of communication is a perfect example of mutualism, where both the plant and the pollinator benefit. And there's more to plant communication happening underground. Beneath the forest floor, plants have an incredible network known as the Wood Wide Web. This network is made up of mycorrhizal fungi, which connect the roots of different plants and trees. Through this fungal network, plants can share nutrients, pass on warnings about pest invasions, and even help sick plants by sending them resources. This underground system is like a kind of social network for plants, with fungi acting as the intermediaries. Plants also have an extraordinary ability to sense and respond to their environment. They can hear sounds, detect light, and even sense changes in temperature. For example, when exposed to wind, certain plants will harden their stems or grow thicker leaves to protect themselves. This responsiveness shows that plants are constantly listening and adjusting, not just for survival, but for optimal growth and reproduction. Some studies have even shown that plants can communicate their emotional states. For instance, plants can respond differently to touch or stress. A plant might produce more defensive chemicals when threatened by herbivores, or it might produce sweeter nectar when it needs to attract more pollinators. It's a form of emotional intelligence, though not in the way we typically understand it. Scientists have only begun to scratch the surface of understanding plant communication. But one thing is clear: these incredible organisms are far more sentient than we once thought. Their ability to communicate, share resources, and respond to their environment is proof that the natural world is deeply interconnected. What plants may lack in mobility or speech, they make up for in an intelligence that's as subtle as it is powerful. So, the next time you find yourself walking through a garden or forest, take a moment to think about all the hidden conversations happening around you, between the trees, the soil, and the very air. Plants are not silent at all. They're constantly communicating, protecting each other, and thriving in ways that we're just beginning to understand. Thanks for joining me in this journey into the secret life of plants. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts on plant communication in the comments below.